Okay, so Misyar marriage is on paper just the same as an official marriage on paper. Only difference is in this arrangement, the couple do not reside together. In addition, the wife willingly asks for literally nothing of the man but to be her lawfully wedded husband. Misyar allows for widows, widowers, divorcees, financially constrained individuals to marry and to have a proper Islamic marriage. It is an inclusive type of marriage. So, why Monsieur marriage? For alleviation, travel, and inclusivity. Alleviation, the word Monsieur itself is derived from the word taisir, meaning to alleviate or to make simpler. And this happens when the wife does not ask much of her husband, but to be her lawfully wedded husband. And travel, which is derived from the word sair for Monsieur, meaning to walk or move forward, which in this case is when the husband needs to travel, but he needs to have a wife, so Monsieur also works. And lastly is inclusivity, um, coming from the word se'ir, meaning popular or for the common, because most people have problems, or it's common that people have problems that hinder their process of marriage, so Monsieur also works for them. Who does Monsieur marriage benefit? Like I was saying, the financially constrained, widows or widowers whose situations are difficult, divorcees because they are judged by the society and are sometimes incapable of remarrying, women over the appropriate age of marriage, quote unquote, which is also people who suffer from the society, and people who are prone to sexual deviance, people who need to be sexually active, and they are unable to have a proper marriage. So they can also resort to Monsieur. The modernization of the Arabian Gulf, which is in the past 10 years, has led to the rise of Monsieur, and this is because of the rise of gender inequality, decline in functionalist family dynamics, and the plague in divorce rates. Um, our main issue here is the plague in divorce rates and where it comes from. What causes the high divorce rates? The traditional marriage customs, where in most of the Arabian Gulf region, men and women do not meet before marriage. In fact, the marriages are arranged and they never get a chance to see each other. So this leads to incompatibility. Also, there is the lack of understanding when it comes to education, that women are the ones who pursue less of an education, or women are not well educated, and this causes a clash after marriage because they realize that they are a lot more educated than their husbands, and both sides do not accept this. And you can see the problem with Qatar's divorce rates over the years. This is another chart to show just how much the higher the level of education, the more it is that women want to get divorced because they feel like they are in a situation that is unacceptable, and they cannot live with the men as they are putting them into boxes and they are constraining them, and they have done too much to be in these situations. These are just examples of the definition of marriage in the Arabian Gulf. You can see they are all pretty much unanimous, and they are not inclusive. They are very straightforward, very to the point. They do not include all cases, which is why Monsieur marriage could also work better than just regular marriages. دار الإفتاء المصرية also states that Monsieur marriage is just like a normal marriage, even though the woman receives her rights. She can ask for them by the man because this is what her contract states of him, and it is halal. Lastly, the Mut'ah marriage, which is pretty much like the Monsieur marriage. The only difference is Mut'ah marriage is strictly for the purpose of sexual pleasure, as it is only a short period of time. But this also helps people from resorting to sexual deviance, where they can um, they can proceed with their sexual activity in a halal manner without doing anything that is outside of the realms of their religion or their god. So, as we can see, both Misyar or Mut'a marriage open alternatives for people. They include everyone, they include all situations. They do not restrain people to the specific norms that most societies put people into boxes with regards to. I believe Monsieur and Mut'ah marriage should be just as available and just as acceptable as regular marriages, because they make it easy for everyone to get married and they include everyone in their rules.